Hi, my name is Cold Beer, and let's start with Age of Mythology Retold. So this is a spin-off from the Age of Empires franchise that was revived as a remastered version in 2024. The release was very successful because they stayed faithful to the principles and listened to the fans. You know, nothing like Warcraft Reforged. So the game has around 90% review score on Steam, and that is a huge success. Not as huge as your mama, but really impressive. Here you'll embark on a multiple campaign spanning 50 missions that will take you across a vast mythical world. You will besiege the mighty walls of Troy, battle giants in the frozen wastes of Midgard, and discover the mysteries of the best potato salad recipe. Well, at least some of these are true. The game has really beautiful graphics with a not bad physics engine, and it also supports controller. You know, probably not for intense PvP battles, but for casual campaign after a hard day at work. People on Steam are praising the game in unison. The only thing that triggers players is the remade voice acting. If you never played the game, you probably won't even care, but if you did try the original version, you will feel that uncanny valley right away. Nevertheless, this is a minor thing, the game is great. Manor Lords. So Manor Lords is a wonderful city builder with elements of war. The visuals of the game are great, especially when you zoom in and see all that beautiful grass, all that beautiful graphic cards melting grass. Yeah, my PC froze a few times while I was playing a demo on ultra graphics. Also, I was recording a video in 4K at the same time, so it may have something to do with that as well. The goal of the game is to build a fully functioning medieval city. You start by building a hunting lodge, wood-cutting structures, peasant huts, all that necessary trifle, and you end up with a huge prosperous city called Beristan. I especially like that you can build lots and fields in almost any shape you want, and then your builders and algorithm will do the rest. Also, a cool feature is that you can regrow your forest. You have a special forester building where you can assign your workers and they start reforestation. Anyway, this is a wonderful RTS game. I can recommend it without a doubt. Ancestors' Legacy. This is a real-time strategy game influenced by historical events of the Middle Ages. Ancestors' Legacy combines resource management and base building with large-scale squad-based battles across vast battlefields. It is all rendered in great detail with Unreal Engine 4. You'll experience medieval bloodshed and can enjoy a cinematic action camera that puts you right in the middle of the battle. People on Steam are saying that Ancestors' Legacy is easy to learn and it's like chess. It involves a lot of strategy, so the more you play, the better you become. Basically, here a lot of options to crush the enemy lie in the plain sight, but only the master strategist can see them all. So the more you play, the easier the game will seem. Or not, you know, we all have our limits, and sometimes our limit is below the requirements of a victory. Godsworn. This is a fantasy RTS where you will take control of a divine hero, gather worshippers, rally great armies of mortals and mythical creatures, and crush your enemies to prove you are worthy to lead these lands. Protect your followers and burn your enemies with the light of the sun as the goddess Saule, or strike under the cover of darkness as the moon god Menace. By reading that, for me it is obvious that these gods are from Baltic mythology, which is shared between Lithuanians and Latvians. And I like that not only because I am Baltic myself, but because finally someone grew balls big enough and decided not to go with mainstream Greek or Egyptian or famous Estonian mythology, but rather took an original turn. Baltic mythology is super rich with incredible gods and creatures never seen anywhere else. The game looks and plays very nice, really has the vibes of modern Warcraft, except here you will be playing for and against pagan tribes and their overarching masters. Game is in early access, but the review score is above 90%, which is a fantastic result. War Selection. This is a real-time alternative history strategy with base building, resource extraction and warfare. You'll battle for supremacy against dozens of opponents on a ginormous procedurally generated map. Even 15 versus 15 skirmishes are available, but sadly the game doesn't have such a big community to actually make it work. So forget all that epicness right away, just like you forgot your dream of becoming an outstanding doctor of ding-dongs a long time ago. Here every player starts in the Stone Age and then goes through 7 historical eras by the process you are very familiar with from the Age of Empires. When I say familiar, I mean a complete ripoff, but nobody cares about that, including me. My whole youth I was buying Abidas or Abibas sneakers from a local market and they were protecting my feet just fine. The game has a very positive review score on Steam, but I have also found a lot of unhappy comments about the toxic community. The game is free to play and free stuff always attracts a lot of kids who can only feel manly enough if if they say something mean to you. But we all know that this is because they have a very small PP and not even an outstanding doctor of ding-dongs could help them. Frozenheim. This is a Norse city builder game with nice management mechanics and multiple progression trees where you maintain and expand your settlement. As you launch exploration parties on foot and by boats, you will not only discover resources you can exploit but also draw the attention of the enemies who seek to destroy you. This is a really bloody RTS game where you have a chance to chop your enemies like butter or hide like a coward behind huge wooden walls and towers filled with archers so you could fill attacking enemies with your stingy arrows. Or if you lack arrows, you can safely swear at them and call the attackers and their mamas fat. To prove yourself an earl worthy of songs and sagas, you will build and expand Viking village from nothing to a rich, unconquerable settlement. Or very conquerable and puny, and you will have to load the game and play again, but this time without stupid decisions. Here you can forage, hunt, fish, grow your food and keep your clan safe as the season pass. Also seek the blessings of ancient shrines and build temples to win the favor of Asgard and all the Asgardians. Stronghold Definitive Edition. This castle life and defense simulator allows you to design, build and destroy historical castles and engage in medieval warfare against the AI in 26 campaign missions or online with up to 8 players. With 4 renegade lords to defeat, it is up to you to reunite medieval England and take back your lands. Missions range from breaking sieges and capturing enemy castles to raising gold and holding off enemy attacks. Also featured is a full economic campaign which will task you to gather resources and build weapons within the time limit. So to be short, here you will build your dream castle and feel important for a short period of time, until your dream castle crumbles down and burns to the ground. Like your hopes that your boss will raise your salary one day. Just find another job, dude. Let this be a sign for you to change your life for the better. Against the Storm. This is a roguelite city builder set in a gloomy dark fantasy world. Artistically, this is one of the coolest RTS city builder games I have ever seen. The style is very original and the atmosphere is breathtaking. I didn't like only one thing: here it never stops raining. I hate rain in real life because I wear glasses and this combo is never a good thing. But in game it feels like a never-ending visual interference. Some people may like it, some don't. So it's not a big deal in general. Anyway, here you are, a pioneer sent into the wilds to establish and manage new settlements inhabited by smart beavers, lizards and humans. Weird choice of races, but I really approve of that. I'm so tired of elves, dwarves and various combos of demons and undead. Lizards and beavers are awesome and you will feel like one of them. You will care about their survival, about their happiness and will protect them from danger. Well, not always. This is a roguelite after all, so the occasional defeat is programmed in the genre of the game. After a bitter end, the game will instantly offer you better buildings and devices, so your next run would be better, and the cycle continues until another bitter defeat. Your goal is to survive long enough and gather the valuable resources necessary to rebuild and upgrade your city. It's the only safe haven against the Blightstorm, a vile cycle of destruction ravaging everything in its path. On Steam it has above 90% of positive reviews, and I can give it 10 cold beers out of 10, without much doubt. 8-bit Hordes. Here you'll find 2 factions, the Dark Orcs and their undead friends versus those annoying humans, dwarves, elves and all that puny stuff in general. You will collect resources, build up and defend your base, amass your army of evil or, pathetic good, and ultimately crush your opponents, or be crushed by them. Game offers 24 offline campaign missions, 12 co-op missions to play with your friends and 10 multiplayer maps that support up to 8 roles online, literally and figuratively. Although honestly, you will never see 8 players online. I'm not even talking about this amount of players in multiplayer, so if you want some player versus player battles, you're gonna need a friend. But don't worry, AI is present as well. It has multiple difficulty options, also it can play in a team with you or destroy you. It is quite capable of doing that, believe you me. 8-bit Hordes is easy to understand and is user-friendly in general. If you like RTS games, there is no doubt that you may like this one as well. Kingdoms and Castles. That is no doubt one of the most original names you can think of when creating a medieval strategy game about kingdoms and castles. Oh wait, no it's not. So here your kingdom must survive a living and dangerous world. Will the Viking raiders do some pillaging to your villages? Or are they stopped full of arrows at the castle gates? Does a dragon torch your granary and your people will die of starvation in the winter? Or will you be able to fill it with arrows as well? Not the granary, the dragon. The success of your kingdom depends solely on your skill as a city and castle planner. So, as always, your villagers are doomed. Anyway, make sure your peasants are fed in the winter and healed of plagues. Build churches to keep their minds washed and taverns to keep them happy. Send out woodcutters to collect wood. Set up stone quarries to build your castles and farm the land efficiently so your town can grow and thrive. Also, in case of fire, your townsfolk can efficiently pee on it. Cossacks 3. This is a remake of the classic game that originally launched in 2000s. Here you'll find 20 nations, 120 different unit types and over 220 different buildings. That sounds like an overkill, and believe me, it is. But it is also really fun to play. This game is like ultimate epic battle simulator before it was cool. Also, besides the battles on land, you can build an armada of battleships and attack your enemies at sea. Game offers 5 single-player campaigns. Cool feature is that the game lets you fight massive battles with up to 32,000 soldiers simultaneously on one battlefield. Just be sure that you have that NASA supercomputer for that. Northgard. This is an RTS game based on Norse mythology in which you play as a clan of Vikings vying for the control of Mysterio's newfound continent. In this simple strategy game you will find lots of victory conditions, atmospheric music, changing seasons and, as you can see, pretty nice art design. Also, the game has a decent campaign with a pretty good story. Sadly, as I've mentioned many times before, Northgard's AI is cheating with infinite resources and manpower, meaning that developers couldn't create really good intelligence that could win against humans on its own. Well, I know that many strategy games do not have strong AIs, but they at least try. But you never know, maybe developers were AI geniuses, but they were afraid of accidentally making Skynet. You know, being accused of making a bad AI is one thing, but being responsible for a robot uprising that destroyed human civilization? Yeah, you know, better safe than sorry. Nevertheless, Northgard is a good RTS game for a few days, or maybe more. Maybe you will fall in love with it, you know, like tapeworm falls in love with your guts. 0 AD. This is a free, open-source, cross-platform strategy game. Works on 0 AD began a long time ago, in the year of 2001. It started as a mod for Age of Empires 2 and later evolved to a standalone game. So this is, as we always say in Lithuania, tas pats bybis tik kitoj rankoj, meaning the same ding-dong, just in the other hand. The same Age of Empires, but different. But same. As you can see from the footage, the biggest difference from the original Age of Empires is the proportions of buildings. They are real size compared to your units. Some players hate the setting, saying that it is impossible to command your army with great precision when the fight happens behind those buildings. We in Lithuania have another nice saying for this occasion as well. Blogam šokėjui ir kiaušai trukdo, meaning that the bad dancer is bothered even by its own testicles. So don't be that dancer or player in this instance. Anyway, the game is free, you have nothing to lose except your time. And if you have a lower end PC, don't worry. The requirements of the game are really low. Becastled. When I played the game, I was really impressed by the graphics, mechanics and the lightness of gameplay in general. And I do not mean the storage space it takes, which is also ridiculous for a modern game. 1 GB of free Cosmos and that's it. I literally didn't expect it to be so tiny.
That's what she said.
Yeah, this game doesn't contain any additional stuff that distracts you from the gameplay itself. Many developers forget the main thing of gaming. Keep it simple, keep it fun. And this is simple, nice and fun title. The bad thing about the game is that it seems to be abandoned by the developers in the early access stage. Last update was more than a year ago, so the studio is probably dead. But even the early access has a very positive review score. Crown of Greed. And let's finish this list with a game that is not released yet, but you can already play the demo version. And the latter has around 90% positive review score, so the game is absolutely promising. They aim to release the full game sometime in the second half of this year. Here you will plan, build and expand your own fantasy kingdom, filling it with a variety of upgradable buildings. Choose from a range of economic facilities, workshops, military buildings and hero dwellings to secure the safety and well-being of your people. There their gratitude will come in the form of generous taxes, so here you won't be controlling the townsfolk directly. You are a real ruler, no micromanagement here. All you have to do here is everything else, you know, just like in Against the Storm. Recruit heroes, find new lands, and visit forgotten ruins. Well, let's wait for a full version and we will see, is it potato salad or pile of steaming shit? Well, let's ready our spoons for the best, not for that other, you know. Okay, I will shut up now. And now thank you for watching, have a nice day and I'll see you next time. Bye.